Leiataualesa message ang ngayon.
I forgive her. Okay, famangalo ilang amele fight. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to make her held accountable. Because, ikele ole mele mo mafainga ngeya kiao and the mele wakupu ile division between Samoans and Tonga. And to be honest, I okimkoy walofa ire kingi. Because mafa aso element and nga fa ka uloy nga element kupu yang aya. Ka may kiao up to now, it is a reason why Malo Samoa for why her crown was removed. So she's blaming Samoa. She's blaming the secretary. She's blaming Samoa for what happened in 1995. So up to now, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for a reason. Well, I really can't answer. I really can't answer you on that because, it's nothing to do with my role as head judge. I can only advise you to go talk to the secretariat and see Polea. But she was going on about, even if I was crowned for 4 months, I was crowned. And I said, well, take it up with the secretariat and see what can do. I am not getting the acknowledgement that I am a former title holder. But we all know if you were decrowned, you stripped off, it means you were never or are never acknowledged as a former. It doesn't matter, but you were decrowned. The person that took over the first runner-up, that's the person that is referred to as our Miss South Pacific 1995-1996. Not a 4 months 1995-96 and 6 or something months 1996. No. So and I had nothing. I don't have anything against her. Gave her an ear for her. And that's what she did. The secretariat. And she came back and said, Jerry, thank you. I feel so better that I've actually spoken about it. Good. I'm glad that I was able to talk you into Alwe Kalango. And as I said, now I know that was share my pre-pageant. And I was even messaged and said, Alwe kilo ile akaw mai kaingali. Now after all this, alwe kilo ima yung le lolanga nga foldinga ma kilo kya. I'm like, really? I'm like, alwe kilo. Any go issue. It's an issue. He said, what issue maata? I don't know. I have nothing. But then I had a look. Well, forward ako screen malay quite close up okay kilo up we. Sa ali lepe falling on my issue ali kay minga ape ya se mer kilo ilo ya. So what I as I said okay lo fa isking ilong vai la yai because I don't have anything against her. I don't know her. I didn't know her then until niloko kupu malewa ko relieve mamay loa iya. Yeah, 30 years ago. Now I'm able to read what is actually there. Up to now, I have not been given a reason by the government and the secretariat. Government, this is the government of Samoa, and the secretariat why she was decrowned. For my reason decrowned. And they were not nice. And it wasn't Samoa. It wasn't the government of Samoa, the secretariat. It was the government of Tonga that made the decision. The crown relate that to the government of Samoa who owns the pageant. The executive director, the secretariat. And that's where, and what happened. Malong ha ve ese koe me the crown o ya Cook Island whaakali mai ai le kai mea mai ai koe. But it went to, because it cannot be left, the crown finger on email pageants. The crown cannot be left idle e se yai. So koe me I o si kenyo le la lokonga. Le la lokonga lenga tarita. Me I ngā e ka fiofi mai le crown. Umalo arrange yele kaiminga den koe ya fio ai ya kuila e pa kaiminga pa le mi po le mi ska. Oh, and this is 95. I miss car tourism and I'm the then CEO Papali Sonia. Fai whapiko ia le crowning o le king e kukuila o le first run up. So that's what happened. Reasons o le saying o le crown mai maata, it's all on Facebook, all on social media. And it's now becoming BSM kwa kupuang lafi. What happened 30 years ago. So, I don't hate her. I feel sorry for her. And yeah, I don't know her.
You was head judge for the Miss Pacific Islands 2025. Will you write any recommendations to the governments of Samoa you may improve the pageants going forward?
Thank you. There's a lot to be reviewed with all this. One of the things that I'm going to be putting in my report the secretary, the STA, and ultimately to the board of the STA. But ultimately, who is the Minister of Tourism. I review the rules and regulations of the pageant so that include umami among kukupu o fasi le pageant mikau sanga who has the ultimate final decision on this, not the host country, and this what breaks the kula fong pulela ko. But insofar as it relates to the pageant, rules and regulations. Now, the pageant is it's owned by us. And the pageant and it's an event. It's an event. Samoa. Although inviting a Maya Pacifica to come run, I think the pageant needs to stay permanently here. It's an annual event. It's our annual event. Every year the consistency of the running of the pageant, it's questionable because running on the pageant. It went on for 5 hours. Marco, judges here, we were brought in at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. We were there for 9 to 10 hours. 9 to 10 hours. For whatever reason, they brought us in at 3 p.m. I will Marco some air-conditioned room, but we were basically 5 hours. It's ridiculous, and the way everyone saw it, it flow. Hey, rehearsal. Yet it was a production run as how it's bang, 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 2 hours the most. 2 hours the most, done out. Nearly and so one of it's my first recommendation is really do a complete overhaul review of the whole rules and the format kung kikilo nga iyay and isime mga. And then 2 is look at making the pageant permanently o ingayay fayay, so that we can reap the benefit of getting all the tourists come here. It's an event. O may ni repio mo fayong kako economy. O may kupik kong kako kungu. You know, we do it here, and it's not just the people that are coming, the countries that come in to compete, but we can market it as an event, tourism, and the whole country can be involved in it. And who reaps the benefit? Us, kako kungu. You know, it's an event. It's well respected in the Pacific, and never think that they're gonna think, oh, so what? We can always go back to Misamo Hawaii, Misamo America, Misamo Australia, Misamo Canberra, Misamo New Zealand, Misamo wherever, Misamo Samo, Whairikako pageant, because it really is ours. But we know they will always want to come because of everything may have ila cooking. They said me kako leo kako wo. Fanga ver kako king in Miss Global. Fanga ver kako king in Miss Universe. We just have the Miss World. Aver kako king yeso es kako king. O kungungi. Faila ko national beauty pageants. And it's a good platform for women, for empowering women. Yang ang fongofara nga. Oh, fai falla lang ay ole, fai mea, nowhere. That's it. Miss Pacific Islands, it's a platform. It's a regional platform. O may ko kay nga o may ifalawilo ay for ko kung to the world, to the region, and we can always fasalalaw po FIFA sa lawang ayay, and it's a good platform for the region. But make it permanently stayed here. Ongi ko bid may po ay mga host. Oh yeah. Yang bakula it benefit lako. What do we have? Other than coming over with the crowd. It seriously needs to be looked at in that way. Pageant has been going around for so many years, and it's controversial every time. Almost every time. And so many times when Manaya event was doing, taking the girl, we always believe and we always see, we confirm that we have been robbed. Well, what do we do? Because we own we really do acknowledge Samuel owning the pageant, because we wanted to make sure let it be, let it go. Let it go. So we've never complained, even though we know something happened. And we could have easily done a protest. Kakala mailunga ya le pusale or result, demanding it to look at it. We want to see particular judge we could have, but we don't. We just leave it. But we've never ever done what we always go and say, how do you feel? How do you feel? Did you do everything you can? Was that your best? Yes. That's all that matters now. Pray to God that you are in the eyes of our people and everyone, you were the winner. That's all that matters. So, opay ngay recommendations nga lo kikilo ima mafu ang lealing fa fau lewo kwang fa fau la uya fa kwang ang ngi ko fa solo ya mai le pageant, because like Congo constitution, all the rules right now, 3 years with a pageant if for 4 for might, it's every 3 years out come in. I I don't support that anymore. I really don't. Bring it and make it permanent here. Bring it fikir kakoku, and we run a production that is consistent every year. Every year.
Leiatau, ulenga isang no meditapena na legal action no lawsuit anga I Solomona mano ulala include ay marking ko na ata.
So ole kaping pengangaya leo wafanga yoi ma kang finalized by next week. Ole mele sa wrongfully stop by ya o unlawfully o Solomon, and that is separate.
Yes.
That's a completely separate action because ol ka fingaling ka fiega without reasons, without anything. Now o kamai kaile o le omaata. It's a separate legal action I'm looking at because she is really the one o le ngati defaming malonga uncle whoever le ku mai o le hairdresser le yai o le fulu ulonga le ADC ngai, but they're all Tongans. And all the profanity language and all that were directed at me and okonga, they're Tongans. Hence why I think in one of my posts and I think one of my and I said I am demanding an apology from the government of Tonga. Not because the government of Tonga did anything, but for its people. For its people. Because they are Tongans. They need to come forward and, acknowledge mai that o lako kangaka ia. Wala fa me pula me la le fu onga apologize me le malo konga. Well, for its people. Konga, but in terms of compensation, the after because of what really happened, my accusation, all this conspiracy theory. If she cannot provide evidence on it, well then put your mouth where it belongs. Really. Just because leva ayaku tag my screenshot and then add akule, they don't even know better. They're all relying on secondary information. But Omaata was basically a course and Malonga Ankole America. And then all the others, I'm able to really name them. I've got all their posts, malako messages and share solo lungo on the internet, on social media. I'm able to use them. They were all directed at me. So I'm doing.
Lasa kala pe a bidi ngai mai ama atsaya o ni.
Sao yeng se mai pu wing. I will later talk and see po le sang kala. Ultimately, I want her to put all this to correct it. I need her to put this to correct. If I saw I know it like but it doesn't mean it gives her the right to attack, to ruin anybody. I'm not just saying Jerry. But it doesn't, anybody, just because doesn't give you the right to go and defame, to ruin that person at all, for every cost. No. We did not know. So, ole sa ulunga, o maata, o songa keile, le Miss Tonga. O le falling mai and I've been screenshot. Something about a sponsorship. I don't know but if they're really gonna use what's circulated in all the social media, well then I'm gonna refer to it. Even though I know okay le lope mo, but it's o kalanganga ia la konga. Share makanga kay friends makanga Samoa. So le la screenshot mai la Samoa. I forward mai ngali. Vai ngai fa mai ngai me ngai discuss a sponsorship on mai kainga o maata i le kenge konga langa lai fa mai o songa kei. So if you really look at it, if anyone ngal wak mo the ultimate goal, a rig. It's a mele rip. Outly rig. It's her. And now there's also an implication of collusion. Because ole fa mai mangkalango malis fam singo fa mele. Now, why are they discussing their scores? Why? Are they saying we've had a discussion prior. So there's an inference now that Olanga collude. And thank God Jerry was there. To be honest. Not that I did anything. But things happen for a reason. And you being there at that particular time, you were meant to be there. Wherever we are meant to be there, right there and then. So, you can now really go. So, why? Our duty is not to affiliate, not to have anything to do with a country of or anyone, any of the contestants, any of the country reps, protect the integrity of the pageant. But through the private messages, if you look at your work with Fusi Mercako King, Kafia say hello, il comiki, King Amak Pasia, I appear, La, I offer a pesi comiki. What have you, oh, yale, here come Maulali, have you, oh, yale, but I really did not want to jeopardize yale. You say, come find a Kako King. I avoided, even so, Lasosa. Afa ile ko ngai ale community male afa mai maukeo afa mai si committee ma e maukeo fa e kai ma e po ai la is ko size 2 ma ngai malenga mai ala me ai le fa mai ka ke aku uma vaku ma oi, because I knew there was already all this controversial conspiracy lunga le social media. I said okay ko fa mai se la okay mai e ka ke aku ma le fo la si aku no. I just don't want to even put a reason or dignify yale yakua inga yesekile wa pu e kwale akai lunga mai ya va ai ngale wa fai mela ko wa mama. So I stayed away. I really did remove myself malu ese fa mai le va le mo fa kali aku le la ku ka va le piki o fa ke po le wa ai la room service fa mela u me ai it's okay le la. But that's how bad it was. They only price giving or the pageant. Usually, if I'm seeing I couldn't. Because the hatred and coming out with makuha ideanga. So okay, but I'm not going to, I can't forget it. And she needs to be held accountable. I really, I love you, I forgive you. And then maybe something else.
A quick question from Mona Jerry. In regards to location and government of Solomon Islands, what are you asking for?
Well, I'm asking for an apology, and if it's not satisfactory, I'm asking for compensation. Not because I want, but we all need the money. We all need money. But it's not because I'm after myself kupe. But I think with the achievements and the person that I am in our country, it was ripped, torn apart o Solomonga. Over what? Over nothing. Over nothing. And I want to hold them accountable. That's what I want. And to stop. So like I say me koe le lumanga ia koe kau kupu se me they will always say, hey, remember the case Jerry Brunt and government of 20 tala was awarded or millions were awarded. You do not want to go back down that lane. You need to
It's a lesson.
It's a lesson. It needs to. It really needs to. So I'm asking for that apology and compensation.